Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel once again. For today's video, we are going to be doing a Kim K inspired makeup look. So recently I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw this picture that she posted, and she looked absolutely beautiful. It's like all my favorite tones, and it's just so simple and just like a very soft glam. And I loved it. I was like, I need to recreate this look. If you guys are interested on how I achieved this makeup look, then let's get started. But before we get started, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and just make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. So we are going to begin, and I'm going to start off with the NYX Pore Filler Primer. You guys already know this is my absolute favorite. It just makes my foundation look completely airbrushed. I absolutely love this primer. So we are going to start, and now moving in with my foundation, I'm using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, another one of my favorites. Okay, so I'm moving on to concealer, and I'm using the Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Natural, and just gonna do the regular highlight. So all right here, make sure to get these spots right here. And just setting my under eyes with my Airspun. Pretty much what I do all the time with my face makeup. The picture, Kim did have like a very defined nose, so I'm going to try to attempt to contour my nose as good as possible. I hate my nose. And we're just gonna try this out. So I'm going in with my LA Girl concealer, and just in a darker shade just so that I can contour a little bit of my nose. And then just going with my beauty blender and just kind of like set it onto my skin. Go over it with some bronzer, and I'm just going to bronze my face. And I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. It's in the shade Saddle. I'm just literally going over the parts where I contoured. Then I'm applying it right onto where the brow begins, just to give it more definition. Just going to carve out my nose and just sort of bake for a little bit. So while I let that bake, I'm going to continue to bronze the rest of my face. Just gonna go on the bottom of my lip just to make my lips look a little bit more plump. And I'm just now going to carve my cheekbones with a little bit of translucent powder. So we're gonna let this sit, and we're going to move on to our highlight. Now in the picture, it doesn't look like she has a very highlighted face, more so just like on her nose and a little bit on her forehead. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave the rest just completely matte. I'm going to go with a fan brush just to highlight my forehead, because I did notice in the picture that she had her forehead nice and glowy. We are going to brush off the excess translucent powder. And we are now going to move into our brows and the eyes. And I think I'm going to start off with my eyebrows just because I want to get that out of the way. And her eyebrows do seem to be a little bit more bold, but I'm going to be using my Ardell Brow Liberty pencil, and we're going to make our eyebrows a little bit darker than usual. Clean out my eyebrows. So now we are going to prep our eyes, going in with concealer, just getting them ready for our eyeshadow. I'm gonna set my eyelids with a little bit of translucent powder. Do you guys see my lashes? I need to refill ASAP. Like, I only have like 3 here and just a little bit more over here, but they just look crazy. So for the eyes, her eyes seem to look very natural, and I absolutely love it. So it looked a little bit more on the matte side rather than it having any shimmer to it. So we're gonna stick to just matte shadows, and I know she had like a lot of chocolatey brown tones, so we're gonna be using a lot of that. And for the lid, I kind of did notice that it was a little bit more on like a bone color or like a beige kind of tone, so we're gonna do that. I'm debating on either going in with the Artistry Morphe palette or with the LA Girl Pro Mastery eyeshadow palette. So they both have very neutral, like a lot of neutral tones, a lot of like chocolatey colors as well. So I don't know. I think I'm going to use a little bit of both palettes. I'm going to go in with the brush that I used to contour or to bronze my my nose. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the shade Ella right here. I think that's the way that you pronounce it, or I mean, in Spanish it's spelled Ella, but we're just going to call it Ella. And we're going to apply that onto our crease. So I want to use something that's a little bit more big, more fluffier, just so that I could really hug my my crease. So we are just going to first pack it onto like the outer corner as much as you can, and then just the rest blend it to the crease. I'm going in with Mikasa E300 brush, and we are going to apply a little, like a shade a little bit darker, and I'm actually going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Master palette and going with the shade Dapper. We're going to focus this on our outer corner, so this part right here, just to darken it a little bit. And then switching to the other brush and just blending the two together. So for our lid, we are going to be using the shade Aficionado. This one right here. And it's like a bone kind of color. Just like a very nice skin tone, beigey kind of shade. I don't even know how to explain it. Okay, so we're going to use that and we're going to apply that on our lid right here. We're going to use the same shade for our brow bone, just to highlight it a little bit. She did have some eyeliner going on, and I'm going to be using the Cherry Moya, the Black is Black eyeliner. It's a liquid liner, and it did look a little bit on the thickish side. So usually I always go in with like a thin liner. So I'm going to try my best to make it as like thick as I can. So let's hope this turns out good. My bottom lash line, we are going to apply the same 2 shades that we applied on our crease. I couldn't really tell whether or not she had inner corner highlight, so I'm just gonna go in with the color that I used for my I forgot the name of it, for my lid. We're gonna use that and we're gonna put that on our inner corner. Oh, I hear my son. I noticed her lashes were a little bit more on the wispy, natural looking lashes. So I'm gonna go in with some wispy, it's the Ardell Wispy 700, that's the style. So they're more on the wispy natural. And then just gonna apply some mascara, and I'm using the Total Temptation from Maybelline. I'm gonna go in with the Collab lip liner in the shade Burnt Up, just because I did notice that her lip liner was a little bit darker than the rest of her like lipstick and all that. And then I'm going to go in with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Abu Dhabi, and we are going to top it off with some Lip Plumper. It's a lip gloss, and it is in the shade Nude Crystal, so just to add it like a little bit of a gloss to our lips. So I noticed that my lips were a little bit more on the pinkier side, like a darker pinkier side, and hers are a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna go in with the NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick, and it's in the shade Satin Ribbon. And just with my finger, I'm gonna grab a little bit and just dab it onto my lips, just to make it a little bit lighter. And then now just topping it off with the lip gloss. And this is the final look. This is my Kim K inspired makeup look.